Hey, what's up everyone? How you doing? It's me, Mr. 4K Upscaler. So on this video, I'm going to show you how to utilize the best possible recommended picture settings for the game mode on Q8FN Samsung QLED television. Remember, this will only work on QLED Q8 and Q9 series. So you have to have a Q8 or a Q9 in order for this to work. Also, it's recommended that you use the Xbox One X. This video, it's a special interest requested by one of my subscribers who also donated. His name is Adam. So thank you, Adam, for donation. And this is the benefit of being a subscriber and being part of donation. You get to actually have a request of me to do a video, specific video. So I'm doing this video specifically for Adam. So let's start first with the Xbox One X. And the first thing that you need to do with the Xbox One X video output settings before you jump into the Samsung game mode settings. So let's jump right into a Xbox settings right here. Go to the settings. I assume everybody knows how to go to the settings on the Xbox. Go to TV display option. Click on it. And you already have 4K resolution, which is fine. Keep it at 4K. You have refresh rate of 60 Hertz because that's all that the 4K can do. At the moment, it's 4K 60. Okay, go to 4K TV details here just to make sure what you have available. Okay, so you got everything check marked except Dolby Vision because this TV doesn't support Dolby Vision. So the most important thing is obviously the video fidelity and overscan here. This is the part that I want you to look into, Adam. Okay, a lot of people think, that if they put the 36 bits per pixel at the 12-bit, that all of a sudden, you're going to get a better color, that you're going to have like a better picture quality. No. What I would recommend that you do is that you keep it at 30 bits per pixel at 10-bit because this television, it's a 10-bit, it's not a 12-bit. So there's no reason to be forcing something that your television color ratio cannot, that your DCI-P3 color ratio cannot exceed. So there's no reason for you to hit 36 bits per pixel 12-bit. Keep it at 30 bits per pixel 10-bit. Keep it at 10-bit. It'll take a little while. There it is. Now you're at 10-bit where it should be. And I think you're going to notice it right away when you keep it at 10-bit that the outlines of this square right here, the black levels look a little bit more redefined. You're going to see that it looks better because now you got something that it's properly adjusted. Color space, keep it at recommended, guys. Don't keep it at the RGB. RGB, it's really for the monitors, so keep it at recommended. Overrides, keep it on recommended. The only thing you should touch is your 30 bits per pixel 10-bit because that's what your TV is. All of the 4K TVs are 10-bit, guys. Please don't force something that it doesn't support. All of the 4K televisions are 10-bit televisions, and they can only support 10-bit color. Okay? I hope that's understandable. Moving on, once you finish with that, then we go to video modes. Video modes, general video modes, this is the part that you need to look into as well. And this part right here, obviously, you need to allow 4K, check mark. You need to allow HDR10, check mark. Allow 20 Hertz, 50 Hertz. But the most important part is low latency mode because you want the game mode settings. So my friend Adam, he wants the game mode settings. He wants the best possible game mode settings with 4K and HDR. So on your Xbox, leave the auto low latency mode. This is the very important part, low latency mode. And of course, you can also check mark YCC 422, so you can squeeze as much as you can out of that HDMI to get that nice proper encoding. And but this part right here is very important. Low latency mode, keep a check mark right here. Okay? Now, once you finish that, then we move to the most important part. The picture settings from your Samsung Q8FN. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to select the game mode. All right. We're going to go and select the game mode. How do you select the game mode? Well, here's the thing. A lot of people sometimes they can't seem to find the game mode because they think that the game mode it's included with the picture mode here. Nope. It's not included here. You're not going to find it here. You're just going to find dynamic, standard, natural, and movie. You're not going to find it here. You have to go to external device manager in order for you to turn on the game mode. So remember, you cannot turn on the game mode from here, from the picture settings. From the picture mode settings, you cannot turn the game mode. Game mode, it's something you have to turn on from the external device manager. Why? Because game mode, it's using a Samsung's processing power to give you that best possible low latency, to give you that best possible lower input lag. So it's using its own processing chip. I can't even believe that some people didn't even know this. It's using its own processing chip, a very powerful processing chip built inside the TV to regulate that low latency and that lower input lag. So what you got to do is you got to go back to the settings, go back to the settings here, and then go to the general. See where it says general? Click on the general, and then go to the external device manager. And when you click on the external device manager, you will find the game mode, which is right over here, game mode settings. Now you click on the game mode settings. Now you can keep it on automatic, or you can keep it on, but it depends on you. I would recommend that you keep it on automatic, because if you keep it on automatic, when you are using a game, when you're playing a game, it's going to turn on automatically. Okay? So that way when you're watching a movie, it's going to turn off automatically as well. But in this case, I'm going to suggest that you keep it on because you care about the games. You want to play video games on that. And that's what this video is really about. It's about me giving you the best recommended game mode settings on your Q8FN. So keep the game mode on. Now the game mode on is on. Now we're going to have a much better, smoother, lower latency. Now you also got the game motion plus settings as well. I use these, but I keep it at 3. I keep it at 3 to give me that nice, smooth game motion plus fast-moving image, less jittery experience. Now, you can use this if you want to, but I really don't suggest that you do. I think this filter, it's only going to slow down. Even though you got the game mode turned on, I still believe this thing only slows down the performance. So I would still suggest that you turn this off. But if you want to use it, but only under the 3 and 3. Blur reduction 3, judder reduction 3. Other than that, I would just turn it off, guys. I would just turn it off. Because you already have low latency mode turned on your Xbox. And you already got the game mode processing that's going to give you that best possible lower input lag. So there's no reason for you to put this filter on to bottleneck it. So turn that off. Now, FreeSync, it's something that I would turn on if I would turn this on only if you're going to be using the Xbox. If you're not going to be using the Xbox, then I don't really Don't see a reason why would you use this. So I would only use this if you're using the Xbox. So here it is. I turned it on. It's on the ultimate. There it is. It's on the ultimate. And you can see you see the lines? See the lines going? So the FreeSync, it's on right now. You're going to see the lines going up and down, up and down, up and down. What is that? The camera lens is depicting the FreeSync processing. What is FreeSync does basically, it eliminates any kind of screen tearing, especially when you're playing a Call of Duty. So you have to worry about that screen tearing. Okay? So we have the game mode. We got the FreeSync on. So what's the next step? The next step obviously is the picture settings. Now you can go back to the picture settings. And when you go to the picture settings, you're going to see that you're in the game mode. All right, that you are in the game mode. You're already on the game mode and you got the FreeSync. You can see the lines going up and down, up and down, up and down, up from top to bottom, from top to bottom, from top to bottom. You can only see through a camera lens. You cannot see this with your naked eye, okay? Just want to kind of clarify that. Only camera lens can depict this. The camera eye, your own eye cannot depict this. Only a camera lens can see this. So only camera lens can see all of these lines going from top to, from bottom to top, from bottom to top. Your own eyes cannot see it. Now let's go to the expert settings. Backlit. We're going to move the backlit all the way to the 50. Okay. Brightness, we're going to move the brightness all the way to 0. Contrast, we're going to move it all the way to 50. Sharpness, we're going to move it all the way to 10. Color, we'll leave it at 23 because that's a threshold at 23. So this is basically what I'm using right here. Backlit 50. Brightness 0. Contrast 50. Sharpness 10. Color 23. You never touch the tint, you leave that alone. Obviously, you cannot use any of these filters because we're using a game mode processing, so you cannot have any filters. And that's what these things are. They're just filters, and they create a bottleneck. They create a bottleneck on your TV, so why would you use the filters? I really hate these filters. Guys, I don't even know why they're here, why they're on a television. It's a gimmick, it's a garbage, and I would never use any of these filters. They're pure garbage. Okay. Local dimming, this is the important part because you want to squeeze as much of the contrast ratio as you can by using a full array of local dimming set to high. Contrast enhancer set to high also brings even more contrast ratio between your black levels and your white digital levels. So leave the local dimming high and your contrast enhancer high. Remember, contrast ratio is the key. Even says right over here, automatically balances the contrast to prevent excessive differences between the bright and dark areas, meaning between the black digital levels and white digital levels. In other words, color tone, I always keep it at standard, guys. Keep it at standard. Cool, it's going to make it too blue. Warm is going to make it too yellow. The cool is too blue. Standard is just the right amount. Warm, it's too yellow. Cool is too blue. Warm too is too much yellow. So standard, it's a nice balanced threshold line. So keep it at standard. That's where I keep it. White balance, you don't mess around with this. You leave this alone, okay? Even if you're a professional calibrator with the professional equipment, still, it's easy to make a mistake here. You don't want to mess around with this. Gamma, BT8, BT1886. We'll leave the gamma at 0, threshold, balanced. And color space, this is my own personal preference. I like to keep the color space at a native. Okay? This is where I keep it. I keep it at native. And one more thing. One more thing I want to show you. I hope you're writing all of this stuff down, Adam. One more thing I'm going to show you is how to squeeze as much as possible of that peak brightness from your HDR and television on the Samsung Q8FN. So let's go hit on a game. Let's go play one game. All right, we're going to go ahead and jump into FIFA 19 with the HDR. And I'm going to show you how to squeeze as much of that peak brightness as possible. All right, so here we go. It's FIFA 19. And I want to show you one more trick here on how to squeeze as much as possible of your peak brightness. Go to the Eco Solution. Go to the Eco Solution and turn the power saving mode off. And look how much of the peak brightness you're getting when you turn it off. Here, I'll turn it off. Look how much of that peak brightness you're squeezing. Now it's off. Now you're squeezing as much as possible of that peak brightness on your television. Now you got an excellent lower input lag, and now you got the highest peak brightness that you can squeeze out of your television. Why? Because you turn off the power mode. The power eco mode, it's stopping you from getting that full 2000 nits or 1600 nits, or in this case 1500 nits. Now we're getting 1500 nits peak of brightness because we have turned off the power mode ecosystem, and now you're getting much better, brighter HDR here. And it's gonna look better a million times. Again, it's difficult for camera to depict this, but when you turn it off, you're gonna see it. Okay? Maybe I can show it to you again right here. Let me go to General right here. Let's go to Eco Solution, and look right here. Now it's off. And look when I turn it on, it dims. Look when I turn it off, it gives me the full peak brightness. Here, it's dimmed. Here, it's full peak brightness. Here, it's dimmed. Here, it's a full peak brightness. So you want to have the full peak brightness. Turn it off. Now you can enjoy HDR the way it was meant to be enjoyed, okay? There it is. And it looks much better. So let's go and let's play. Here, really quick. Hold on. I don't know how to skip this. You cannot skip this. You know, it's the beginning of the game. But anyway, I hope this video helps, man. I hope this video was a special interest. I hope it helps. You have to remember, this is something you will see when you use these settings. Maybe it's difficult for you to see this. You can, guys. Remember, I'm not doing this video to show you the holy grail through camera. Camera cannot depict what your own two eyes will see. All right, I said this like a gazillions of times. The only way you can see this is with your own two eyes. I'm doing this video for Adam so that he can use those settings and implement those settings on Samsung Q8FN. Remember, these settings will only work for Samsung Q8FN and Q9FN. It will not work for Q7, for Q6, okay? I'm just gonna let you right now, if you have Q6 or Q7, this will not work. You gotta have a Q8 or Q9, all right? If you don't have a Q8, if you don't have a Q9, it's just not gonna work. So, anyway, there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and this is for you, Adam. This video is special interest just for you, Adam. Oh, I almost scored. But all of you who also have Q8 and Q9, this video is not just for Adam, but it's mainly specifically intended for Adam because he is a supporter and a member. So he made a request. That's the benefit of being a member. It's the benefit of donating. You can make a request. But it's also, this video can be used for the rest of you who have Q8FN, who have Q9FN. If you have a Q9, if you have a Q8, QLED television, go ahead, use these settings. And I think you're going to see what I'm talking about. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care. I'll see you in a live stream next. Take care.